Welcome to Sanitation 1.0. Why is sanitation important? It is the most powerful and important way to prevent the spread of infection. Our quote for today is, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world."
I have a problem with this. I got toenail fungus.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's
From a
horrible,
pedicure.
but I cannot get rid of it. I swear I got it from those bowls that you put your feet into. And, I'm talking about it just because just don't put your feet in those bowls unless they're wrapped in plastic.
Right. And they don't clean them.
No, they don't.
You swabbed different things in a salon. What did you find?
Yeah. So we swabbed everything from the tools. We swabbed the basin. We swabbed the hands. We all put our hands in here after you finish to dry. And it's amazing how much we actually found. We found E. coli in the nail. So
E. coli.
E. coli. So you're putting your hands in there and you find E. coli. So you're basically resting your hands on E. coli.
And a lot of women do this once a week also.
Exactly. And it gets worse. So guess what we found on the tools, like the cuticle cutter, the file?
Oh,
What?
Fecal matter.
What?
Fecal matter?
Fecal matter was on the cuticles, like the
So
the nail
clearly
files.
they're just reusing
So gross.
stuff.
Right, and she just used it, would pass it on to the next person, use it there, put it in a bin, and then use it on somebody else. Like it just goes from one person to the next, the next.
Aren't they supposed to put it in those, and those sanitizing, they're like
Yes.
those hot ovens they're supposed to put there. You've seen them. They don't do that.
No, they don't. That's what they're supposed to do, and they don't. So you should really bring your own along
Yeah,
with
you
you,
really
or
should.
just be careful.
And what
where you
about
go.
this wax stuff?
So this is the worst of them all. This is the hidden danger because when they wax, they'll wax you, say your upper lip, your
Now,
eyebrows.
you've never been waxed,
I have
right?
not been waxed,
Okay.
no.
Well, good thing we have a
I've
little
seen it.
demo here.
Yes, yeah. No, I'm not about to be waxed. Believe me.
Are you sure?
I obviously
But
have
this is
been
huge.
waxed,
I mean, this is
Right, this
huge.
is
I wouldn't
huge.
think
Right.
So they wax you, stick it back in again, and then wax you again.
And then
you're
they wax the
basically-
next person.
Right, and you're ripping off skin, and so it's introducing a whole new set of bacteria.
So they're basically double dipping because you're supposed to,
Exactly.
from what I understand, you're supposed
not
to use
supposed to
this
double
only
dip.
once and then use a new
right.
one.
So ladies, Brazilian waxes, bikini waxes, they've actually found that it passes STDs.
What?
Through waxing, yeah, because it's like the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. It's hot, it's warm, it's gross.
Okay,
It's
that.
so gross.
I mean, not that I had any plans to do this anyway,
Yeah.
but now there's
Now
no
you're for
way.
sure, yeah.
Wow, that's
Wow.
amazing.
Let's consider this scenario. You are a new employee of a full-service salon spa that offers hair, skin, and nail services. At the end of the day, the manager expects you to help clean and disinfect the counters, workstations, tools, implements, spa beds, and pedicure equipment. Your manager also expects you to enter the cleaning and disinfection information in the salon's logbook. Today, we will cover the principles and practices to complete these tasks and more. Regulation, federal and state agencies. Federal agencies set guidelines for the manufacturing, sale, and use of equipment and chemical ingredients. These guidelines also monitor safety in the workplace and place limits on the types of services you can perform in the salon. State agencies regulate licensing, enforcement, and your conduct when you are working in the salon. Let's take a look at these words and terms, starting with SDS, which stands for Safety Data Sheets. They contain information compiled by the manufacturer about product safety, including the names of hazardous ingredients, safe handling and use procedures, precautions to reduce the risk of accidental harm or overexposure, and flammability warnings. Please make a note that there are 16 categories on our safety data sheets. Next, we have EPA, which stands for Environmental Protection Agency. They register all types of disinfectants sold and used in the United States. Bactericidal, capable of destroying bacteria. Fungicidal, capable of destroying fungi. And virucidal, capable of destroying viruses. Next, we have the CDC, which stands for Center of Disease Control. They investigate, diagnose, and try to control or prevent the spread of infections and chronic diseases. Next, we have OSHA, which stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration. They regulate and enforce safety and health standards to protect employees in the workplace. Let's take a look at the order of infection control, starting with sanitation. Sanitation is a process where we remove all visible dirt and debris from tools, implements, and equipment by washing with liquid soap and warm water. Disinfection is the process that eliminates most, but not necessarily all, microorganisms on non-living surfaces. Sterilization is the process that completely destroys all microbial life, including spores. Next, we have the terms to support decontamination 1. The first step in decontamination 1 is clean, cleansing, wash with liquid soap and water, disinfect, use of chemicals to destroy pathogens, EPA, or low-level chemical used to destroy bacteria, disinfect implements, and non-porous surfaces. These terms here support the term decontamination 2. Sanitize, going to reduce the number of microorganisms to a safe level, and sterilize, to eliminate all forms of bacteria or other microorganisms by use of an autoclave or dry heat sterilizer. Please keep in mind that the order of infection control, sanitation, disinfection, and sterilization does include the terms decontamination 1 and decontamination 2. And also please make a note of which terms are a mechanical process as well as a chemical process. Please review your textbook information for these terms. Next, we have our chlorine bleach solution. They are in place to destroy bacteria, disinfect implements and non-porous surfaces. It is to be mixed fresh daily, and there are 3 categories when it comes to our chlorine bleach solution: low level, high level, and blood and body fluid. Let's take a look at these categories. Starting with our low level disinfection, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of household bleach to 1 gallon of water. You're going to soak your implements for 10 minutes. Next, we have our high level disinfection. You're going to add 1/3 cup of household bleach, 5.25% to 1 gallon of water. You're going to soak for 20 minutes. Next, we have our blood and body fluid, which is also referred to as our 10% bleach solution. You're going to add 1 3/4 cups of household bleach to 1 gallon of water, and you're going to soak for 5 minutes. Trivia time. Here's our question. All of the following need to be disposed of after a single use except for: is it A, paper towels, B, neck strips, C, nippers, or D, orangewood sticks? And the answer is C, nippers. Now proceeding with disinfectants, we have our chlorine bleach. Make sure that we mix the appropriate concentration, whether it's low level, high level, or blood and body fluid. It is to be mixed fresh daily. That equates to every 24 hours. It is to be kept in a closed cover container away from sunlight and changed if diluted or soiled. Continuing with our disinfectants, we have our EPA registered proper use. You can spray on tools. Implements can be immersed. It is to be prepared fresh daily, and you want to change if diluted or soiled. So that means that if your solution becomes cloudy or if it has little particles floating inside of it, you definitely want to change your disinfectant. Shall we disinfect or dispose? Let's take a look at these. Multi-use items, also known as reusable, are constructed of hard materials with smooth surfaces such as metal, glass, or plastic, typically for use on more than one client. Next, we have single-use, also known as disposable. They are porous items made or constructed of cloth, wood, or other absorbent materials, having rough surfaces intended for single use only. Here are some examples of our multi-use items: clippers, scissors, combs, nippers, tweezers, brushes, and let's not forget our makeup brushes, towels, and many more. Here are some examples of our single-use items: buffer blocks, orange wood sticks, cotton balls, thread, gauze, tissue, and many more. General requirements: absolutely no service if lice is present, any open sores, contagious diseases, inflamed, broken, infected skin, swollen skin, or nail tissue. Continuing with our general requirements, before every client, you want to wash your hands with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer. Tools and materials shall be properly cleaned and sanitized. After every client, your multi-use implements, you want to wipe clean with a paper towel, spray with EPA, alcohol, or high-level bleach. Make sure your towels are washed in hot water and bleach. Please make a note. TDLR stresses that we should use hot water and bleach. Detergent is a given. Detergent will be used when we are washing towels, but we definitely want to take into consideration that there are different types of temperatures to wash your towels: cold water, warm water, and hot water. Also, we want to take into consideration of the types of bleach. There is a splashless bleach as well, also colored bleach. So TDLR states that towels shall be washed in hot water and bleach. Hair cutting services. Hair clippings must be swept and placed in a closed receptacle after each haircut. Shampoo bowls, manicure tables shall be disinfected prior to each client. Clean implements shall be stored in a clean, dry, debris-free environment. No non-related items. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you disinfect your tools. Aesthetic services. Wash your hands with soap and water. Gloves shall be worn during extractions. Facial chairs and beds, including headrests, shall be cleaned and disinfected after service. Your multi-use items you want to clean and disinfect and sanitize. Your single-use items you want to discard after use. Temporary hair removal. Applicators cannot be double dipped. You want to clean the area of the client's body to be waxed. Dispose of all single-use items. Wax pots shall be cleaned and disinfected in accordance to manufacturer's recommendations. No applicators shall be left in the wax, and your wax is not reusable. For manicures and pedicures, you want to wash and sanitize your hands, clean the area to be serviced. Your metal and multi-use items you want to clean and disinfect or sanitize. Your single-use items you want to discard after use. Your porous items you want to manually clean and spray with an improved disinfectant. And remember, safety first. If a porous item comes in contact with broken skin, throw it away. Our electric drill bits. Absolutely no hardware store drills or files. So please make sure that we are purchasing our drill bits from a reputable beauty store, not from Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. We want to make sure that we clean after use by brushing, using an ultrasonic cleaner, or soaking in acetone for 5 to 10 minutes. And sanitizing, you want to submerge in an improved disinfectant. Your buffing bits. After every client, you want to wash daily with soap and water. For our Whirlpool foot spa basin and liners. Procedure after every use. Make sure the water is drained after use. Clean with soap and water. Disinfect with an improved disinfectant. Wipe dry. Document on an improved form. Make sure that you know the difference of documenting what documentation should be documented weekly and bi-weekly. Also, your removable parts, you want to remove the debris, wash with approved disinfectant, and flush with soap and water for 10 minutes. For our wigs and hair pieces, before every client, you want to wash your hands, clean and disinfect the tools. After each client, you want to clean and disinfect your tools using an approved disinfectant. At the end of the day, multi-use items shall be manually cleaned and disinfect. For storage, you want to keep your finished and soiled wigs separate, and your wig blocks, make sure they're covered with plastic and also sanitized. For weaving and braiding, make sure we wash our hands, disinfect our equipment. Needles, thread, and track shall be kept in a separate covered container. Needles shall be sprayed with an improved disinfectant before use. And for blood and body fluid, always wear gloves. Your porous implements, you want to double bag and dispose in a closed container or biohazard container. Your non-porous implements, use an improved disinfectant, EPA, bleach solution, or household bleach per manufacturer's directions, and never touch a client's open sore or wound. And for blood and body fluid, your open wound, you want to apply an alum septic powder or liquid bandage with cotton tip disposable applicator. For surface contact, you want to spray an improved disinfectant on blood or body fluid, EPA, bleach solution, or household bleach per manufacturer's directions. Remove all visible signs of blood or body fluid. Prohibited practices. The use of any product, preparation, or procedure that comes in contact with or penetrates the dermis layer is prohibited. Prohibited products: MMA, methyl methacrylic liquid monomer, razor type callus shavers, Credo blades, astringents in stick or lump form, fumigants, and formalin. These are all prohibited products. Our FDA: products that are banned, deemed poisonous, and unsafe by the United States Food and Drug Administration cannot be used when providing a service. For your establishment, make sure the following are clean and in good repair: your floors, walls, ceilings, shelves, furniture, furnishings, and fixtures. Also in our establishment, your plumbing fixtures shall be clean and free of cracks, hot and cold running water, and also connected for drainage. For bathrooms, at least one needs to be on or near the premises and not to be used as storage of chemical supplies. For food and beverage, only prepackaged may be sold or consumed by clients. And ventilation, make sure that your ventilation is serviced and working properly to eliminate strong odors. Your exhaust fans are working properly, and also your air filtration systems. For eyelash extensions, you want to wash your hands, disinfect your equipment. Only properly labeled semi-permanent glue and semi-permanent glue remover shall be used. For your multi-use, you want to clean and disinfect after use. Your single use, you want to discard after use. And your extensions, you want to store in a closed container. To review what we covered today, please reference your Texas Cosmetology Laws and Rules book under Chapter 83.100 through 83.15. This is focusing on health and safety and is also part of your written exam. For COS, it is going to be under licensing and regulations, 20% of your test, 20 questions. And for estheticians, it's going to be 11 questions and 15% of your test, licensing and regulations. Safety is just danger out of place. Let's keep in touch. Here's my information here. Please reach out to me if you have any questions pertaining to sanitation, or if you would like to schedule a one-on-one session to prepare for your written exam. Thank you for your time.